Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Sean Hannity just discovered the easy way to humiliate Megyn Kelly and close Rachel Maddow's mouth forever. Sean literally could not believe his eyes or ears as he witnessed a recent MSNBC report by Rachel Maddow that he called beyond media malpractice. Rachel had on former Attorney General Eric Holder, who was one of the 9 votes needed to approve the totally shady and recently exposed Hillary, Obama, Russia nuke deal. But Rachel didn't ask one single question about what could be the biggest scandal in years. Sadly, she is not the only media member who is ignoring this important story, a point Sean makes clear. The media is just barely, and clearly reluctantly, only now starting to cover this story, Hannity said according to the Free Beacon. Here's a perfect example: Rachel Maddow and her cult of viewers over at MSNBC Conspiracy TV. They had former Attorney General Eric Holder on the show on Monday. She didn't ask him a single question about Uranium One, and Maddow has probably been one of the biggest proponents of pushing the false narrative lies about Trump-Russia collusion. Correct, it is an embarrassment of the highest order. This is beyond media malpractice. Hannity, by the way, are all of you people at NBC News proud? Lester Holt? Matt Lauer? Are you guys proud of this? Megyn Kelly, are you proud of that reporting? Maddow has done a tremendous disservice to you, the American people, who deserve to know the truth in all of this, Hannity concluded, and the humiliation was complete. Good job, Sean. Newt Gingrich brings Hillary to her knees with shocking prediction that will sink her. Newt Gingrich just brought Hillary to her knees with a shocking and very accurate prediction about her shady Russian past catching up with her. Really, for the media to basically ignore this story as they are all about Trump and his alleged Russian ties is beyond the pale. But as Newt explains, Hillary's Russian problems run deep, and she may be running out of places to hide. According to Newsmax, Newt said it is hard to see how deep the corruption goes in the shady Russia uranium deal, but we can be sure it goes very deep. Appearing on Fox News America's Newsroom, Newt got right after it. I have a very simple test for Congress, said Gingrich. Make the Clinton Foundation publish all of its donations everywhere in the world and publish all their expenditures. There is no reason why not to if they are clean. And if not, we will finally know the truth behind the supposed slush fund. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. And public disclosure removes all doubt, so there is no good reason not to. The more you learn about this stuff, the sicker it gets, and the clearer it is. We'll have to have a very profound, I think, investigation of the whole thing. This is so much sicker and more twisted and more warped. You apparently had the Clintons taking millions of dollars. Bill Clinton got $500,000 for one speech. Twice his usual fee. They believe they got $135 million. That number hasn't been verified. Correct. We should be able to get the simple answers that would prove what really went on. Newt then spoke about Hillary and the DNC's relation to the dodgy dossier, noting that Debbie Wasserman Schultz's lawyers has trained her very well. She has memorized one sentence and repeat that one sentence as long as she can. Before adding the ominous and accurate prediction that put the fear of God in Hillary. There is something deeper here. Share if you agree with Newt. It's finally here. Trump fulfills major immigration promise with executive order. During Donald Trump's presidential campaign, he repeatedly called for a temporary ban on immigration from terror-ridden countries until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. After that, he wanted extreme vetting for those wishing to enter the country. That promise was turned into a 120-day ban that was challenged in the courts, but was ultimately allowed to stand. Now that the ban is over, The Trump administration is ready to move forward with Part 2. That means extreme vetting is now a reality. According to USA Today, Trump has signed an executive order that allows immigration officials to restart the refugee admissions program, but with special measures to screen refugees whose entry continues to pose potential threats to the security and welfare of the United States. Those measures include more in-depth interviews of families seeking refugee status and biometric information to be checked against various federal watch lists and databases. This is big news that hasn't gotten the attention it deserves because conservatives and liberals alike are too busy talking about Russia. But this can be ignored. Extreme vetting was a major promise of the Trump campaign, and it's finally here. Comment "Go Trump!" and share if you're happy to see another major win for Donald Trump's agenda. The wins just keep coming. Right in middle of speech, Melania turned and suddenly everyone saw a chilling thing behind her. Melania Trump is wonderful and holds herself with such dignity and respect. Today, she gave a very heartfelt speech about the opioid epidemic that has been raping our nation. Look what was right behind her the whole time. At about 2:30 minutes and she turned and did the incredible. The First Lady then turned around to kiss a recovering addict and tell her that she is praying for her. God bless our First Lady. She is so darn wonderful. Help us share this if you think that we have a wonderful First Lady and are so proud that she represents our country. Do you think Melania is better than Michelle? Sound off below. Thanks, Patriots. Was there a second shooter? Experts tell us what the declassified JFK files contain. The secret JFK files are going to be released today, and the world can't stop speculating over their contents. The biggest question mark surrounding JFK's assassination is no doubt the presence of a second shooter. Officially, no second shooter was ever discovered, nor has the United States ever suggested that one has existed. But the issue hasn't gone away. Now, 60 years later, we're about to find out. As we wait for the files to go public, experts have convened to talk about what we may learn. According to one such expert on Fox News, the revelation of a second shooter is unlikely. We won't have to wait long to find out for sure, though. The contents of the files will go live Thursday night. Do you think there was a second shooter? Let us know in the comments and share if you're excited about this new info. This could change history forever. Trump just got standing ovation for shocking thing he did to help this child. Trump got emotional when he spoke about how the nation is under assault from the deadly spread of opioid abuse. It is literally killing our communities, but most politicians have been too weak, greedy, or both to do anything about it. You see, the crisis is a man-made one. The drug companies paid off the politicians and bureaucrats through bogus science and dodgy research. They made the claim that these hardcore drugs were not addictive and they sent their drug salesmen out to sell, sell, sell. And Americans bought. For a doctor dealing with a patient in pain, it was an easy solution. Patients soon became hooked. Soon shady doctors started opening up pill mills and the epidemic spread like wildfire. And everyone made a killing. Then the cartels got wise and flooded the streets with cheaper heroin and we had a full-blown crisis on our hands. The Democrats and Obama sat on their hands as the disease spread like the plague across America. But today Trump announced a new way to handle this scourge. From a position of strength not weakened by bribes. He will crack down on doctors and drug companies. And pointed to CVS, who will no longer give out more than a 7-day supply at a time. Trump said he will ban completely one of the most dangerous drugs, hitting the corrupt pharma company right in the wallet. Trump then went off on the cartels and said his crackdown on smuggling and illegal immigration is helping and the wall will soon be built, cutting off their main supply routes. He announced billions in grants to local law enforcement and social groups to go after the cartels. He concluded with these powerful words: "For too long we have allowed drugs to ravage cities and towns. We owe it to our children to address this national shame. We must stop the flow of all types of illegal drugs into our communities. For too long dangerous criminal cartels have been allowed to spread deadly drugs in America. An astonishing amount, -90%, of heroin comes from across the border. We must give our children the blessing of a drug-free life. As a national family working together, we will end this opioid epidemic and overcome addiction in America." Hillary Clinton has just been accused of another crime against Trump, and this one is huge. Hillary Clinton has become so irrelevant lately, it's almost easy to forget her litany of crimes against the United States. It's not that she's gone away, she hasn't, it's just that no one seems to be listening anymore. But that changed this week when several revelations put the Clinton campaign back in the spotlight. Her approval to sell American uranium to Russia gained renewed scrutiny thanks to Donald Trump, just as we discovered that her campaign paid Fusion GPS for the fake dossier that leaked just before his inauguration. If that weren't bad enough, now she's in legal trouble. According to Breitbart, the Clinton campaign and the DNC illegally earmarked the money spent on the dossier as legal services. The Campaign Legal Center issued a legal complaint which reads: DNC and Hillary for America reported dozens of payments totaling millions of dollars to the law firm Perkins Coie with the purpose described as legal services or legal compliance consulting, when in reality, those payments were earmarked for the firm Fusion GPS, with the purpose of conducting opposition research on Donald Trump. The Clinton campaign obviously did this to hide the fact that they were funding such an abhorrent group for something so vile and obviously fake. Clinton has been accused of many crimes, nearly all of which were discovered under Barack Obama. Now that Trump is the White House, Clinton might actually be held accountable for her actions. Comment, lock her up. And share if you think it's time Clinton finally pays for her crimes. She's been above the law for far too long.